Max and Moritz by Wilhelm Busch. Introduction. Many stories have been told of children who were good as gold, but these two boys played darker games. Max and Moritz were their names. Instead of trying to be good, as all young children really should, they laughed at those who stuck to rules, giggling like two cackling fools. Playing tricks on everyone, that's the way to make life fun. Catching people unawares, stealing apples, plums, and pears. That's the way we spend our time, with clever pranks and daring crime. We can't see much point at all in wasting time at church or school. But oh, dear readers, it's too late to steer them to a better fate. You'll see the way our story ends is not so nice for these foul friends. Their nasty acts, their final plight, it's all set down in black and white. First prank. Of all the animals that there are, birds must be the best by far. Whether chicken, duck, or goose, there's first the eggs that they produce. And then, unlike a dog or horse, you can cook a bird, of course. Even when no longer living, they're the gifts that keep on giving. Their feather bedding keeps us tight and warm and cozy through the night. Look, here comes old Widow Palmer, a kind and gentle lady farmer. In her yard, 4 feathered friends, a cockerel, and 3 well-fed hens. Their peaceful life looks set to last, till Max and Moritz wander past. Each with evil in his head reaches out and grabs some bread. 4 small morsels are soon found, looking harmless on the ground. But Max and Moritz, oh so rotten, have tied the pieces up with cotton. Spread out cross-like on the floor, the trap awaits our feathered 4. Sure enough, the cockerel goes and takes a peek, then proudly crows. Cock-a-doodle, doodle-dee, the chickens follow 1, 2, 3. Greedily they scoff the bread, swallowed down with all the thread. When they're finished, they discover there's no escape from one another. Strung together, tied up hard, panic spreads throughout the yard. All aflutter in despair, see them fly up in the air. See them caught up on a tree, squawking out so desperately. Hear their cries grow strong and stronger as their necks stretch long and longer. Each chick lays just one last egg, then falls lifeless, noiseless, dead. Widow Palmer, as you see, wakes to this cacophony. Racked with dread and filled with fright, she stumbles on the grisly sight. Soon she's lost to bitter tears. All my hope for future years, all I had to live upon, hangs before me dead and gone. Deeply shaken, this good wife reaches for her kitchen knife, cuts the chickens from the bough, and wonders what she can do now. Gray and silent as a mouse, she trudges back inside the house. And so the first mean prank is done. But watch out, here's a second one. Second prank. Though still reeling from the shock, Widow Palmer soon took stock, turned things over in her mind to see what comfort she could find. What last tribute could she pay to such dear creatures snatched away? Eventually she formed a plan to stick them in the frying pan. But still it was a sorry sight to see them laid out pale and white, plucked and waiting on the stove, these 4 birds who loved to rove through the yard, around the farm, blissful, carefree, safe from harm. All alone with her dog Ben, Widow Palmer sobs again. Hearing this sad sound of weeping, Max and Moritz soon come creeping. When they smell it's dinner time, on the roof they quickly climb. Down the chimney they go looking, spot the chickens gently cooking. Widow Palmer unawares heads off down the cellar stairs. One thing she can't live without is her homemade sauerkraut. What a feast it's bound to make, warmed up with her chicken bake. But she cannot guess the truth of what is happening on her roof. Planning well ahead of time, Max has brought his fishing line. In a flash the cheeky crook has snared the first bird on his hook. Shortly after number 2, then the third is lifted too. The rooster flies up last of all, and Max and Moritz have their haul. Ben the dog, who sees all this, barks and barks to warn his miss. But it comes too late to matter. The boys have scarpered down the ladder. Huffing up the other way, what will Widow Palmer say? See her rooted on the spot, as she spies the empty pot. When she screams her poor dog's name, it's obvious who will get the blame. Ben, she squawks, you filthy sinner, I'll teach you not to eat my dinner. Swinging wildly with her spoon, she chases him around the room. Hear him yelping loud and long, this poor young pup who's done no wrong. Snoring soundly in the hay, Max and Moritz hide away. Of their mean and nasty theft, a chicken leg is all that's left. And so the second prank is done. But watch out, here's another one. Third prank. Every village dweller knows of the man who fixes clothes. Casual dresses, Sunday best, trousers, waistcoats, pants or vest, fur-trimmed coats and three-piece suits, slippers, moccasins, and boots, silken scarf or threadbare sock, take them all to Mr. Bach. Any item for repair he'll accept with loving care. Small jobs, too, get his heart racing, even buttons for replacing. Taking up or letting down, back or front or all around. Working clothes or heights of fashion, mending them is Bach's life's passion. A master of the thread and needle, he's loved by all the village people. But Max and Moritz had a plan to ridicule this gentle man. Just outside old Bach's front door, see the fast cold river roar. A plank leads to the other side, 'tis 3 feet long and 2 feet wide. Full of cunning like before, Max comes running with a saw. On the bridge he soon sets to it, quickly saws a half crack through it. Once they're done, these nasty boys start to make a hideous noise. Tailor Bach, you weird old man, nah, nah, catch us if you can. A gentle soul, of quite some age, Bach would seldom suffer rage. But when he hears this rude refrain, something snaps inside his brain. Leaping across his doorstep quick, Bach comes running with his stick. 12 more steps, 11, 10, nah, 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 they call again. Suddenly, a giant crack, as Tailor Bach lands in the trap. Nah, 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 the 2 boys scream, as splash, he tumbles in the stream. Max and Moritz run off fast, But luckily 2 geese swam past. Close to drowning, near defeat, Bock grabs wildly at their feet. Taking one bird in each hand, he makes it back to solid land. Still alive at any rate, Bock is feeling far from great. See him suffer, poor old wretch, soaked and frozen, muscles stretched. Fortunately, Mrs. Bock has her iron nice and hot, presses down with all her might until her husband feels all right. Now that Bock is on the mend, perhaps there'll be a happy end. But that was just prank number 3. The fourth is coming rapidly.